How's it going? So if it's your first time seeing me on the internet, my name is Noah. Musically, I'm known as Nosmoh, Nosmoh, and today I'm going to be breaking down my track Cakewalk on the Chillhop Essential Summer 2023 compilation. Let's get into it. So here I have the track broken down into different groups, color-coded it. It's not something I usually do, but I've color-coded it for your viewing pleasure. So these three groups are the entirety of my production, everything that I've added into the track, and then I've done the deed to separate the Noé Mina and Strehlow additions. So starting off with the intro, we have a very, very simple piano roll from Addictive Keys. For this exact sound, I'm using the front stereo preset in the modern upright instrument. Opening up to the second portion of the quick intro, we have the bass line coming in, just a simple sustained bass. And a quick ambient vocal choir that I drenched in reverb. This is my voice that I sang. As we open up into the groove, for the kick, I'm using After Party Kick by The Count. Here's the soloed rim. And over here, I have some percussion and hat loops from The Count. I also think it's important to know that I have a 5,000 cut EQ on this. This is a low pass, so then I can have all of the low end taken out of this sample. This allows me to make more room in the mix for the snare and the kick. And here's it all in context. Opening up to the second part of the groove, we introduce some percussion. And later on, we introduce a shaker loop. Here's all of that in context. This is as complicated as the groove is going to get. Walking into the melodics of this section, we have the bass line. We have the chords from the piano. We have an occasional glockenspiel hit. Leading into the climax, we reintroduce my choir. This addition really helps add to the atmosphere of the track and the overall fullness of the mix. And here's all of my melodics in context. Okay, so let's go into the Strehlow and Noé Mina additions. I'll start with Strehlow. He's blessed this track with some vocal chops as well. Very subtle additions, but adds a lot of texture and ear candy to the track. Here's a good vowel that he hit. This is a repeating vox that you hear a lot through the track. This is a yeah sample. Yeah. More vocal samples. Here's an instrument sample that he added in. This element here is actually out of key in the track, but because of how subtle it is in the mix, you can only hear the high note of it, and it actually does make a lot of sense in the track. Moving on, we have Strehlow's main addition to the track, which are these beautiful guitar chops. In context, this adds a lot of character and a lot of unique creativity in the track. This also leads us into the solo portion that Noé Mina has provided with the horns. Noé Mina has also been generous to provide some additional horns for the climax section of the song. As well as this melody that we put in the intro. This is a melody that also mimics the one that Strehlow's guitar is playing. You can also hear this melody in the outro. And now let's hear everything in context. Almost forgot to mention, but Strehlow did also add some beautiful room piano. Now I'm going to walk you through the special effects of the track, which are all mine. Starting off with some classic vinyl crackle. Next up we have my slide delay impact. This is a sound that I sound designed. Another sound that I designed myself is this forest riser. This is a signature in my music. We also have a laser impact. And we have an auto-tune vocal sample that I have just laid out as a drone. We also have this vocal part. I've classified it as effects because it's just such a big swell that I'd like to identify it as such. And that's the track, wrapped. If you want to go hear the full track in context, then go check out the Chillhop Essential Summer 2023 compilation. Big thanks to them for having me on the compilation, and thanks to Bread and Butter for having me on the channel. I'll see you guys around.